right, we're back again. How are you guys doing today? I am doing fantastic today. I just got to the gym and I got back today, which I will be filming, but I wanted to talk about some updates and kind of my plans to reach my goals like I was talking about in both videos. I did mention that I want to be going on bodybuilding prep in about 1 year. So I'm currently taking that year to put on as much, I guess, size or strength as possible. And for the past month or so, I've been kind of thinking of the best approach for this. And I came to the conclusion that it's 100% to get a coach. So just yesterday, I finally signed with Keenan Malloy to coach me for the next 6 months, get me on track with everything, get every factor dialed in so that I can progress the best for the next 6 months, like I said. Now, what he will be doing with me is basically everything when it comes to my entire lifestyle. Because if you work out, you know, in order to really put on that progress, you have to make it like a lifestyle of some sort. And for the past couple years, I've done a decent job with that. Like, I've kind of gotten my habits down, gotten my nutrition down, and gotten my training down. But I mean, I would consider myself to be someone who knows a decent amount of, I have a decent amount of knowledge in each of those areas when it comes to progressing in the gym. But I am man enough to say that I really just don't know everything I need to know. And especially when I want to take something like lifting this seriously, it was the best idea to get a coach. So Keenan will be helping me with all those factors like I was talking about. So the activity, the habits, the lifting, the nutrition, everything when it comes to making the best possible progress in the gym. Now, a lot of changes will be happening, which I'm kind of ready for at this point because it's been quite a long time where I've been just sitting in the same kind of area, and it's kind of getting boring in a way. So changes from my eating schedule, my eating habits, my split, which is like how I train each muscle per week, or when I train it per week, my bad. And my steps, which I'm only at 8,000 a day right now, but I won't be surprised if he asks me to go up to 12 or 15. So the entire lifestyle is bound to change, but like I said, I'm definitely ready for this, and I think it was definitely the right approach in order to really be ready in that year. But with that being said, we are going to get started with my training for today. Like I was talking about, I just arrived at Gold's and we got back. So I plan to record all my sets like I've done in the past videos, but maybe a bit differently. We're going to try to experiment with some stuff. Maybe I'll talk during the gym, maybe I won't. Depends how it goes, depends how busy it is. But yeah, I'm excited. There's a lot to look forward to in the future. So we're just gonna take these steps right now and just start getting myself out there, getting experimental a bit, and just trying new things. As for the actual lift goes, I will be doing my normal back day, which is usually at LA Fitness, but I can't record at LA Fitness. So when I do want to record for YouTube, I will be coming to Gold's. So I think all the videos on the channel will be at Gold's. But we will start with an upper back row, move to a pull down of some sort, then a sagittal plane row, probably on the cables, and then finish it off with some upper trap work, biceps, forearms, the more simple stuff. I will try to record everything. We will see how it goes though, but it's almost guaranteed that I will. So without further ado, I'm going to finish up my last bit of pre-workout and then I'm gonna get to the gym and get moving. So yeah, I'll catch y'all later.
Can I stand
Back in the car. Workout complete. I would say it was really solid, actually. I wasn't expecting it to be because it's not where I usually train my back. But what I did was I found machines or exercises that are super duper similar to what I usually do at my other gym, LA Fitness, like I was saying. And I make sure it has the same resistance profile and like the same range of motion, I guess, that I can execute. And if I do that, then I'm basically performing what I do at LA Fitness, so it's not really a big difference that I'm too worried about. And especially since my routine is kind of about to end because now I have a coach, it's really no problem to me. But during my workout, I received a text from Keenan, and we're trying to like get everything together right now, the whole spreadsheet. And he texted me saying he wants me to try a full body every other day split. And considering I go to these two different gyms, it's gonna be pretty difficult to try, but it will also be a really, really cool experience. Considering I've never tried that split before and I just don't know what it's like. I don't know what the progression is like, or even the pump, since I kind of care about that a bit, you know. But yeah, so that's gonna be different. I think this might be the one and only just back day on the channel, so I'm kind of glad I got that kind of done with, or not done with, but kind of out, just so I can kind of look back on that and see how my old split was, progression of it, form even, versus the future split progression and form. But yeah, there were a couple overshoots and undershoots, considering like that's the only factor that I can't keep consistent between the two gyms. And it's not really a problem to me. I don't care if I go above like 8 or 9 reps, considering my rep range is like targeted to be 5 to 8. It's not a problem. I mean, think of when people started the gym at first, they were doing 4 sets of 12, and guess what? They were progressing. Sure, the rep range might not be the best, but there is actually some kind of benefit to it, considering it standardizes your form, meaning your reps look the same every single time and you have more control over it. So if I just went to I did get a couple 4 rep sets, which I kind of want to avoid. They're not inherently bad, but they're not really what I'm looking for, because it can make my form kind of sloppy, and I guess you could call it like an ego lift in a sense. At the end, I did record some posing. It was a slightly mediocre pump, but the pump doesn't really tell you how much muscle you're going to grow out of your session, even though it is just like less than a gram at a time. But I still put it in just to have like kind of a end to the session. But yeah, overall session was fun, most importantly, and it felt pretty good. Not that sensation is the best way to determine a workout, but it felt good. It's always a decent sign. And yeah, I recorded everything except for my rear delt flies. I know it's kind of redundant, considering I did an upper back row where you are pulling your upper arm, you're doing the motion that your rear delt performs. So it's really being redundant, but I do it because I like it and I've still been progressing on it. I mean, I think I found the volume for my push-pull leg split, which is like okay for me. It's like, I think maybe, what is that, like 12 sets of back per week, because it's not like a perfect 2 times frequency. It's more of like a 1.8 if you really did the math. So that's it for me. third video on this channel. They plan to get better over time. Trust me, it's kind of hard. I'm getting comfortable with talking directly to the camera. It's kind of awkward with the sound person, but it's all good. It's been fun so far. I've learned a lot, especially when it comes to like angles, editing, talking to the camera. So yeah, I'm gonna go home, make my same post-workout meal that I mentioned last video. And yeah, we're gonna get moving, we're gonna get some steps in, and then talk to the coach, get updated on everything he wants me to get going on. And then yeah, when I have a next update about my whole new lifestyle or like plan of execution, I will update you guys maybe in the next video, considering we're trying to get this done pretty soon. So thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching. I will catch you guys in the next video. Should be a full body every other day split, so I'll be kind of experimenting with that a bit. All right, catch y'all later.